Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and this is my official 2020 album review, the first one of this year. So I'm so excited. I'm glad that it's somebody that has been very, kind of doing a lot of stuff has happened in the past, and it's a personal album, and I love personal albums. So in this video, we're going over Jennifer Jennifer Lopez, Selena Gomez and her album called Rare. So I and a lot of people really know a lot of her history, a lot what's been going on, because the media kept track of the whole time of her ups and downs, and so the positive, the bad, the worst, a lot of it. And one of the biggest things that they focused on was the Justin Bieber and her relationship between the two. And I felt like it was just exhausting. It was exhausting, but it made a lot of good songs. A lot of good songs. Like the heart what a heart no or heart wants what the heart wants. Wait, heart yeah, that song, it just completely personal, broke everything down, just insane. And then just her first solid album without the scene was another thing that had a little bit pieces of the on and off relationship between him and her and Justin Bieber, and it just kind of went on and on and on and on, and it just every album had something to do with it, and Justin Bieber didn't seem to give two shits. But as things turn around, it's interesting because after Purpose, I felt like people were just oh, he's really learned his ways. But I felt like there's a level of something that he learned his ways, but at the same time, I felt like at the same time he was still hurting Selena Gomez throughout the whole time, and it was just brutal. And this album definitely shows every bit of it. So I want to go through the whole thing and talk about each song and stuff like that. So let's get started. So the first song is the track album is called Rare. So this one is it starts great. I love the guitar strums in the beginning. I think it's so nice. I think the production's a great beginning because it sounds nothing like anything else. So it makes it sound, so I can already tell that this album's going to be much more different than a lot of recent songs or recent productions and everything. Because I feel like we've been stuck in a lot of hip hop pop kind of thing, back in 2007, 2006, and 5, when you had to have a pop song with a feature, and it kind of sounds kind of hip hoppy, but it didn't form pop actually. And I feel like in this one, she actually has her own little lane in it, and I really like it. I feel like this song is definitely like it. It's definitely that type of song. She's pretty much talking about how she's rare, she's one of a kind, and she sees that, and she doesn't feel like the guy sees it that way. And this is her favorite song off the album. Yeah, and I like it. I think the production's amazing. I think her work is really, really good, and I think her well, let me say this. I'm not really big on her vocal range. I don't really care. I think that she has a decent one, but I also feel like there's parts of it that kind of go flat. And this kind of shows in this song, but I feel like the message and everything kind of makes it work. Number 2 is Dance Again. So we get our first upbeat song, up-tempo song. So this one is really interesting. It's pretty much just, it's very beautiful. It's very upbeat, but at the same time, it keeps moving with the message. This one's pretty much saying that she's it's pretty much saying that she's not waiting for happiness. She feels great to be dancing again, and I feel like she finally has everything back in order where she wants it to be. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really nice too, and the song is really nice. I love the pre-chorus when she's I kickstart the rhythm part. I really, really like it. I just think it's a good song. Number 3 is Look at Her Now. So I do like the production of this song. I really, really do. It's giving me some 90s feel, Aaliyah, vibes completely, including the music video with the whole quick the quick dance kind of like I don't know what the edit is called, but like where they speed up some of your like movements so it looks kind of robotic in a way. I really really like it. I like it. Actually, let me backspace. I feel like I'm saying I really really like it, but I don't really go into more detail. But I want to do that with this. I think it's only fair. I like it. I do not like is the I do not like that. I think it makes me feel like it's a waste of space, and there's a lot of parts that could have been something else. Maybe not just maybe not but maybe something else. Then maybe I don't know. Something else could have came into that part, and I felt like it makes you feel like somebody's eating some like spaghettios and like when the kids like start dancing when they eat something like it sounds like that. It sounds a little immature. Especially going on this the album with way more lyrics, it makes you feel like it's just like I couldn't figure out anything else, so let's just part. Other than that, really love it. Love the 90s production. Number 4, which is one of my first favorite songs, is "Lose You to Love Me." This is her first single for this album. Whew, this one took me. It took me just as much as "The Heart Wants What a Heart Wants." What a heart wants what it wants. That's what it's called. It completely just slaps you in the face with like vulnerability with her feel. Like she just goes raw into this one just as much as the other one, and it just goes even further. Beautiful ballad. It just completely tells you exactly where she was and how she is now. And there's a bit of like a relief and sadness to it, which is really really cool. Some of the parts some of the parts I really like is singing off key in my chorus because it wasn't yours. Just like wow, it shows how like this guy is super inconsistent or super like what's the word I'm looking for? Just not considerate. Is completely inconsiderate and just like doesn't really think about her, but way more into himself. So it's just like he would when it comes to doing something for her or doing something with her, he half-asses it because he's like, it's not really it's not my project, so I don't really give a fuck, you know. And I think she definitely felt that, and she had to lose him to just find herself. She was so deep into that relationship that she completely lost herself, and so she had to just remove him from these pictures so she can reform who she is and and the past of who she was before him and after him. And I feel like this is completely says what that is, and it's just articulated perfectly. Number 5 is Ring. This is one of my least favorite songs. I love the playfulness of it. Like the boys are hopeless towards her, and they want her so bad, but she's like, whatever, your puppet's on the string. It's like that, and it's cute, but I don't think it just kind of just sounds boring. I get him on the ring, ring, ring. It sounds like she's bored a little bit, but at the same time I understand that she's not. It's more for the production, but I'm not really feeling that. Number 6 is Vulnerable. So I love this song, and I love this song. I played the song. So this is me. I listened to this album twice. Once to kind of hear it through, and second to kind of write notes over it. And this one was a bit just washed over me completely. I love the production. I love the way that she sings. I love the lyrics. I love the lyrics bouncing with the production too. And of course I would like it because I looked up the production, who wrote and who produced it. Fucking John Bellion did it. He did it. And of course he did. He knows how to do this stuff. And I did not know that he was writing for people. And now he did. And it's so great. The song is a complete mood. And one of the lyrics I like is I would excuse me, I would tell you all my secrets, wrap you around my weakness. And it's just, I love that. I love that part. Just like, I'm just gonna let it go. And that's pretty much what it's about. Just like letting yourself just be vulnerable and just let yourself be open and just let things lie where they are. And just see where it goes and not kind of closing yourself in, because it's very easy to want to just like block yourself from emotion of how you feel about this person, especially if you don't know what he actually is feeling or if he's going to play you due to the past of feeling. She's kind of refusing to let herself be in a way of having this connection with this guy. And I feel like that's kind of what she's pretty much saying. So she says, I'll stay vulnerable to kind of just see where it goes, see if this is meant to be, and if not, like she's ready, she's willing to take the risk to have her heart broken or have the feelings be just out there. I love it. One of my favorite songs. Number 7 is People You Know, and I least favorite song again. I think it's just a production, just kind of one thing I don't care that Selena's producers sometimes do is that they kind of give her some drony songs, just like, or drony production, just like it just sounds so boring. It sounds so sad, not sad. Just kind of just you're just looking at the time, just like how long is this song? But thankfully in this version, because it's a personal album, she goes in directly into the lyrics, carry it on. But if it wasn't personal, if it wasn't a personal album, this would have been just that song would have just been complete, just dud. But on the other side, so one of the things I really like of this, the lyrics I love in this song is, we used to be close, but people can go from people you know to people you don't. Very interesting way to say it. It's pretty much she's just kind of accepting people coming in and out of her life and just understanding just like it sucks and change sucks, but at the same time it's the way it goes. It's just how it goes. Some people come in, some people stay, some people go, and it's just a rotating thing. Number 8 is Let Me Get Me. So I really love this production. I love this production. It sounds like me and my girls from her last album, which is, I don't know why I'm going complete blank on what the title was, but I'll put it below. Anyway, so yeah, so this one I really love the production. I really love the way that she's talking about, like, she's going out, she's gonna have fun, she's gonna dance around, she's not gonna get in her head. She refuses to get in her head. It kind of follows over with vulnerable. She's like, I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have a good time and refuse to let myself feel bad. You know, and I think that's really nice. Number 9 is Crowded Room. Crowded Room featuring Six Black. I don't know how we're supposed to pronounce this. Anyway, so this is a really, 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 really good song. And so, Six Black does a good job. I just don't really feel, I'm not, like, it adds color, it adds a little color to it, little stank on it, but I don't think it's entirely needed. Like, I wouldn't miss it if I didn't know that if Six Flags was removed in it, and I had no idea he was going to be in it, I would have liked it. I would have liked it either way. This one actually, the chorus is a demo song, part of a demo song from BB Rexa. And you can definitely hear it. I don't know why, but her lyrics and the way that the way that she gives the songs to people, it still has like that BB sound to it, which you can definitely just hear it immediately. And I love the chorus. I love the headspace. I love her headspace, her head voice. Just, I didn't really know she can hit those type of falsettos like that, and it's really, really nice. Another favorite song. Number 10 is Kinda Crazy, one of my least favorite songs. Again, it just wants another dud. It's more not Dudley. It's more of a dull, drony kind of like sound, again, that I'm not really feeling. Maybe over time I might, but right now I don't. I do like the lyrics. Once again, the lyrics carries everything in this album. So one of the lyrics I like is, been dodging phone calls lately, but still texting me baby. So it kind of comes off like she's dating this flaky kind of boyfriend or love interest who kind of is there, he's not there, he's there, he's not there. You know, it's very flaky, and he doesn't return any of her calls or anything, but yet when he does come back and when it's relevant for him, he comes in, he's like, oh baby, blah, blah, blah. And so it's very confusing, and she kind of came to the point that she thinks that he might be a little crazy. He might be a little cuckoo, and she might not have to kind of just back away. It's like, this is a little exhausting. Number 11 is Fun. Fun is a pretty good song. I feel like it's a good song. It's pretty much talking about how she's falling for somebody that's not really not really good for her. But it also comes off like it's one of those like it's a temporary thing. Like it's one of those things where she's falling for this bad guy or this kind of like yeah, this kind of a bad boy kind of guy, and she's like, I know this is terrible. I know it's horrible, but it's also temporary. So just like I'm just falling into it because I want to live dangerously with this guy for a moment. Just kind of see where it goes. One of the lyrics I like is "My kind of trouble likes yours too, your trouble too." I love the guitar and the bass guitar in it, and I definitely another person that writes. You can definitely hear her writing when you hear it is Julia Michaels. She also wrote. She had some lyrics in this song too, and you definitely can hear it, especially in the chorus. Number 12 is Cut You Off, which is another of my favorite songs. It's a little more mid-tempo, and it kind of reminds me of the way that I like the way that the production reminds me of is what's that song? It's a Demi Lovato song. It's Put down your cigar and pick me up. Let's let's ruin the friendship. It pretty much sounds like that because it has that kind of like a slow mid-tempo kind of thing with a little bit of kind of sensual in a way, and I love it. I love I love that she allowed a guitar solo, which was lightly rare around this time. Like no, not a lot of people do guitar solos unless they're leaning into the genre that has that, So I really, really like that, and I really give her like a lot of respect for doing that. And then finally, our last song, number 13, is "Sweeter Place," featuring Kid Cudi. So Kid Cudi it's been a while since I've heard it from him, and here he is back in this, and he produced the song as well, and I definitely can hear it completely very Kid Cudi song. The lyrics even kind of sounds a bit Kid Cudi, at least the chorus. One of the lyrics I like is "Red lips, French kiss, my worries all away." So I feel like she's pretty much saying that she's looking for a place looking for a sweeter place, kind of like it's a Lorde song. Da, 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 da. Something places. It's the last song in Melodrama. So I'll put a little thing in below as well. So yeah, so I do like the song. It's not one of my favorite songs. I love the production. I love where it's going. But one critique I have is that I don't really care for Kid Cudi's verse. I feel like the downside. I feel like I love Kid Cudi, but I feel like there's times where his voice kind of sounds a bit off key, and it throws you off when you're listening to Selena's like on key, and then he goes off key, kind of in a way. And I get that he's iconic, but at the same time, it's just the one thing that I hate, I can't stand, and I also appreciate it because art-wise is that he kind of gets off key, and it's just not really professionally sung. But with that said, the production's amazing, and the song has great lyrics. So yeah, so all in all, this album's really, really good. Once again, I love personal albums. I love albums that keep you up to date with what's going on with this person. I give this album a 9 out of 10 because I really, 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 really love it. I think it's really good. I know there's some songs it just went completely flat, but I think because of the lyrics, it just saved it completely. Yeah, so leave a comment below and tell me what you thought. If you like it, didn't like it, and I hope everybody has a nice week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.